Hello everyone. Today I am here in this video with the explanation of the poem Tonight I Can Write the Saddest Lines, written by one of the famous Latin American poets, Pablo Neruda. So the title of the poem itself reveals that the poet was in a very sad mood while writing this poem. The poem is all about lost love. It is actually a monologue. Someone whom the poet has been loving for a long time left him and she is no longer with him. Now, through this poem, let's see how the poet expressed his sadness. Tonight I can write the saddest lines. So the poem begins with the title of the poem itself. So now see the next lines. Write, for example, the night is shattered and the blue stars shiver in the distance. So from the title itself, it is obvious that it is night time. So he could see blue stars shivering in the distance. The night wind revolves in the sky and sings. So there was wind which moves, and when it moves, it makes a whistling sound, and it seems that the wind sings. Tonight I can write the saddest lines. I loved her, and sometimes she loved me too. So here the first line is repeated again, and the poet assures that he loved her, and here the word sometimes shows that the poet doubts that if the girl really loved him or not, and it seems that she did not love him deeply as he did her. Through nights like this one, I held her in my arms, I kissed her again and again under the endless sky. So here he remembers those nights when he used to hold her in his arms and kiss her. She loved me sometimes, and I loved her too. How could one not have loved her great still eyes? So this line shows that she was a lady with beautiful eyes. So he thinks that anybody will easily fall in love with her eyes. Tonight I can write the saddest lines. To think that I do not have her, to feel that I have lost her. So here the poet realizes that he has lost her and she is no longer with him. To hear the immense night, still more immense without her, and the words falls to the soul like dew to the pasture. So usually night is a time of silence, and the poet feels that without his lover's presence this night is even silent to him, and he feels so lonely in his lover's absence. So these words or lines comes to his mind just like a dew falls into a green meadow. So here lines or words of his poem is compared to dew and his soul is compared to a green meadow. What does it matter that my love could not keep her? The night is shattered and she is not with me. He is so sad that his love could not keep her with him, and in this night she is not with him. This is all. In the distance, someone is singing. In the distance, my soul is not satisfied that it has lost her. He can hear someone singing in distance, which shows his state of being lonely. And it is a bit difficult to admit that he has lost her. My sight searches for her as though to go to her. My heart looks for her and she is not with me. So here his eyes and heart searches for her, and it shows his ardent desire to unite with the lady who is not with him now. The same night whitening the same trees, we of that time are no longer the same. He again remembers those nights when the moonlight spread over the trees. All these things remains the same, but he and his lover are not in the same state now. Like those nights, his lover is not with him now. I no longer love her, that's certain, but how I loved her. My voice tried to find the wind to touch her hearing. He says that he doesn't love her now, but once he had loved her so much. He tried to show how much he loved her through his words, and he tried to find wind which can take his words to her hearing. Another's, she will be another's. like my kisses before, her voice, her bright body, her infinite eyes. Now the poet knows that the lady whom the poet loved once belongs to some other man now. I no longer love her, that's certain, but maybe I love her. Love is so short, forgetting is so long. So here the poet says that he no longer loves her. He says that love is so short and it's not possible for one to forget someone whom they love deeply. It may take so much time to forget completely about them. So here it shows that though the poet says he no longer loves her, it is not that easy for him to forget her. Because through nights like this one, I held her in my arms, my soul is not satisfied that it has lost her. So in the above lines, he told that forgetting is so long, because he had held her in his arms during the nights like this. And it is not easy to satisfy his soul that she is not with him now. She is with someone else now. So this be the last pain that she makes me suffer, and these the last verses that I write for her. So finally the poet says that let this be the last pain which she gives him, and let this be the last lines or verses which he writes for her. Hope you all understood the poem. Thank you for watching my video.